wonderful song by Juliana titled Woman. A woman is a savior, a woman is a warrior, a woman is a life giver. Hello, Africa. My name is Eunice Tony, and this is the African Women's Voices, the show that tackles issues pertaining to women as they contribute to society and national development. It's so good to see you, and you're so welcome to the show today. But before we go ahead, let me let you know that ETV Ghana is celebrating the Black History Month with a 4-part mini-series of Roots. I believe you've seen that movie in the past. It would be good to relive the moments again. And we'll be showing this movie from the 17th to the 20th of February at 10 p.m. You have no idea about how exciting it is for me to be able to relive the beautiful moments in Roots. How to remember the pride of being an African. Well, we have got family planning up to be talked about, and we have a very beautiful doctor here who I'm going to introduce to you later on in the show. But first, we'll take our 60 seconds update. Do stay tuned.
Mourners and sympathizers attending the burial service of Ruth Eshen, the nurse who was allegedly murdered, have joined bereaved relatives to call for justice. Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association and other allied bodies in Ghana's health sector had their representatives attending the event. The suspect, who was arrested earlier this week, is currently in the custody of the police assisting investigation. Marking the 5th UN International Day for Women and Girls in Science, in Accra last week, the Deputy Minister of Environment, Science, Technology and Innovation, Mrs. Patricia Appiah-Adjei, stated that stereotyping in STEM education continues to be a challenge in Ghana and may widen gender gaps in science field. Gloria Sappho has just landed herself an AMVCA nomination. The renowned actress stands tall amongst Africa's big names in film as the only Ghanaian to score an AMVCA 2020 nomination in the acting category with Shirley Frimpong-Mansour's sequel, The Perfect Picture. 10 years later, we wish her all the best. Congress ladies crowned 2020 Ghana Rugby Women's Champions at the just-ended Ghana Rugby Football Union 2020 Women's League.
And you're welcome back. I know you're all itching to know what we're going to talk about today on family planning. Well, I'll not take much of your time. Let me introduce you to the beautiful doctor who will be taking us through family planning today. She is the beautiful Dr. Irajua. So full of smiles. Dr. Irajua, you're welcome.
Thank you very much, Eunice. Thanks for having me.
Thank you too. You look lovely.
So do you.
All right. So let's get down to business. You know, in Ghana, when they say family planning, everybody just thinks about, okay, it has to do with, planning your birth. Mm-hmm. And some even feel that it has to do with not having sex at certain points, in time. Well, today we have you to tell us exactly what it means to go through family planning.
Okay, so basically family planning is just the practice of controlling the number of children that one desires and actually spacing the birth intervals using what we call contraception. Okay, so that's what I'm going to discuss today. There are various methods that we use. We have the traditional ones and then we have the modern ones.
Okay.
So yeah, the traditional ones are those that we usually use. We have different types, like the calendar method, and then we have where when you're going to, like, you can draw a calendar up literally, and then you just tick when you know your menstrual cycle, the length of it, or you can even use an app as well to guide you. So you know the length of your period. You actually know when you are ovulating based on the symptoms that you have, like probably increased vaginal discharge or breast tenderness or having pain on the side of your abdomen. Those are signs of ovulation. So you know that, okay, I've ovulated, so within the next few days I don't have to have sex during that period. So those are some methods that we can use, the traditional ones. Or using temperature as well as a way of knowing. So some people are able to monitor their temperature. During ovulation, your temperature increases a bit by about 0.2 to 0.5 degrees Celsius. So when you realize that increase, then you know that, okay, I'm ovulating, so I have to stay away from having sex during that period. So those are a few traditional methods. Okay. Then we have the artificial ones as well.
talking about using the thermometer.
Yeah.
Well, in a regular Ghanaian home, we may not have thermometers.
Yes.
So making use of that may be a bit.
It's a bit limited. And also, if let's say you're also sick, let's say you have malaria or something, clearly your temperature is going to increase. So that will be a very you have a wrong figure. So that might also lead you to thinking that you're ovulating when you're probably not ovulating. So those are a few things that are that make it a disadvantage sometimes. But you can still use it though.
But what happens to people who don't feel the tenderness?
Okay,
they
or
don't
the
have
pain.
the fever, no pain, nothing. When it's time to come, it just shows.
It just shows up.
Is there a clearer and simpler way of using the calendar to check and know that, okay, maybe around this time I should be ovulating?
So with them, what they can do is the cyclical beats. Because that one, at least with that one, it can kind of guide you as to when you're ovulating.
Okay, so where do we get these cyclical beats?
Oh, you can get them at any family planning unit. So you can just walk in any major government hospital and then just ask for the family planning department. They'll show you. Just ask them for the cyclical beats. They can give it to you.
And does it go, for a price, or is it free of charge?
No, it's not free. I think it's about between 10 and 20 cedis. It's not expensive.
Okay, not expensive.
No, it's not expensive. So it's readily available.
What about our regular pharmaceuticals? Do they sell such?
Some of them may. Some of them may have it.
Yeah, I'm asking because some people may
in
really
case
feel
they don't want to go
like
to the
going
hospital or something. Yes.
So the pharmacy shop is just very close to you.
You can also pass to the pharmacy and get it from them. That's also fine.
Okay, so tell us how it works.
Okay, so there's an arrow there. I don't know if the camera can zoom in, but you can see where the sign is.
Yes.
Okay, so that's where you start from. Instead, you to start from that side. So when you start bleeding, it's the red. So the one of your menstrual cycle. So you count it until your period ends. So this is the thing that you move.
Okay, not to take you back. So do you wear this on your waist, or you just keep it
Oh
somewhere?
no, you keep it somewhere.
Okay.
Like you just hang it to your room.
Because it doesn't look
No,
like
no,
it's
you
gonna
don't
fit
wear it on your
somebody
waist.
like me. I don't
I
think
know,
that's
right?
going to fit me.
No, it's not one on the waist.
Okay.
Let's just put that out there. It's true. Before someone goes and put it on their waist,
Yes.
no, it's not meant for the waist.
All right, so you hang it somewhere.
You just hang it somewhere so that you can be able to move. This thing is movable, so it just moves over for the next day. You just push it down, then it just moves like that. So every day as it's passing, you're moving it down.
Okay.
So you just start from where the arrow points.
Yeah.
That's the arrow over there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's indicating this way. So you start from here. So this is like your day one.
Okay.
So you go all the way. Where you see the white, those are the days when you're ovulating. So you have an increased chance of getting pregnant. So during those times, it's not your safe period. So you have to make sure that you're protecting yourself. Either you're wearing a condom or using some other kind of contraception.
Okay, so all those
whites, yes.
Are on safe period.
Risk, yes. You're at risk of having, and it goes back again to the normal. So that's what you do. You just keep on moving. So you move the ring. So every day you move the ring. The next day you move the ring like that. You just keep on pushing it. You just move it down. You're able to move down. Both of my nose is a bit hard, but you can just push it down.
Okay.
So
I think it's really good you're showing us
like
this.
The traditional
because sometimes, the information out there is more like, okay, you just have some 3 days, within the period, to be unsafe.
The thing about sperm is that it stays in the body as long as 3 to 5 days.
Okay.
Yes. So that's why we give you like a long period like this, so that at least you are staying safe during this time. Because you may have sex a few days before you ovulate, and then the sperm can still be inside there, So that's why you have this whole long period.
So there's also a chance that, if you have like 2 beats before you get to the brown, if you have sex, it's possible that you could get pregnant.
Yes.
So you
during
need
that
to make
period,
sure you're within.
Yes, you need to be within, just to be sure you're safe.
Okay.
So it's a very simple way of doing it. I mean, not everybody has the apps on their phones to guide them when it comes to these things. So at least if it's something, you can get it from those in the districts and all those corners, the part of Ghana where you can't get access to mobile phones and technology. You can just use these ones to guide them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome. So some people also mark dates on, they find a calendar or a diary.
Yes, you can also do the markings. You can also know when, so you can mark the time when you have your bleeding. That will be day 1. And then usually the normal days that you used to bleed, for the average woman is about 5 to 7 days. So you can just count and then end where you where it is. You just make the mark in there, and then between 10 and 14 days, that's the time when you start to ovulate. So within your menstrual cycle, so let's say you start bleeding. The day you start bleeding is your day 1. So day 10 to 14 is when you are ovulating. So during that time, you know, you are likely to because you are releasing the egg. If you have sex during that time, you're likely to get pregnant. So during those periods, you have to be a bit alert between those days, 10 to 14 days. And then a few days afterwards, since I said the sperm stays in the body for a while. So you have that. And then you keep on counting to the end. It depends on your cycle. Some people are about 28 days. Others are about 30 days. So everyone is different.
So how do you get to know what your cycle looks like?
Yeah, so you have to keep on. The more you do it, the more you get to have an idea of the average or the frequency at which you're having your cycle. Everyone should know.
Okay, so because your recommendation for those of us...
If you don't know, you need to start doing it so that you have an idea as to how long your cycle is. Because that also guides you as to when your safe periods are due and when it's not due.
Okay, so let's take, for instance, January the 2nd, you started bleeding.
Okay.
And then maybe January the 9th,
it stopped.
Bleeding ended.
Okay.
So the next month, maybe January the 15th was when you bled again. So how do you count? You start counting from the 9th to the 15th? From the 9th of January to the 15th to know how long your cycle is? Is that what it means?
No. You start from the day 1. The day 1 tells you how long your cycle from the day 1
to the
next time it comes, yes.
Okay.
So if let's say you had it on 1st January and they have it again on maybe 29th of January or something, it means the length of a cycle is 28 days. That's what it means, yeah.
Okay. So you include the first day?
You include the first day. So the day 1 starts from the day you start bleeding. And it goes all the way through here. So you count each day. And then the 10 to 14, you know, okay, the egg is being released. You have to be very careful. And then after the ovulation period passes, then you're back to your safe side again.
Interesting. So is family planning same as birth control?
Yeah, the same thing. Yeah, the same thing.
Oh, okay. So when we
yes,
hear
the Americans
control,
tend to say birth control, but we just say family planning. It's just the term, the way it's used. It's just the term that it's used, but the same thing. If you say birth control, it's the same as family planning.
Family planning. Okay, so let's get into some family planning methods that we could use.
All right. So we have the most common ones are the condom, the barrier method. So we have the female condoms, and then the male condoms. The female condoms, funny enough, people don't like using them a lot.
Okay, is it uncomfortable?
Because it's not uncomfortable, and you even have the advantage of even putting it in before the sex actually starts. So the woman, if they're going to have sex in about, let's say, 15 minutes time, you can put it up there, wait for the man to come, you just guide him and then just use it. It's just that a lot of women, I don't know whether they don't know about it or they just don't feel comfortable using it, but it's not uncomfortable per se.
They probably do not know how to insert it.
Yes, it's also a factor, you know. So
you're going to show us?
Yeah, I'll show you how to do it.
Okay.
This is the female condom. This is the way it looks like. It has 2 rings. So this is the way it looks like. So I use the model, I use the vagina, like just pretend this is a vagina for now.
Okay.
And then you do the loop like this. You do like this.
So how do you get to know which part goes in where?
The smaller bit enters into the thingy. And this part should cover, this part should cover the outside like this in the end.
Okay.
Yeah. So the smaller bit enters into the vagina. So you just do like this. You kink it a bit. You just fold it a bit. And you push it in. So use your finger to guide you as you are doing it. So of course I want the camera to see. So I just put it in. I just push it until it hits the cervix, okay?
Okay.
And then this has to cover
the outer part.
The outer part. So it goes like this. So you guide the penis into like that. You guide the penis inside.
Okay.
Yeah. And I heard it's even a bit pleasurable because sometimes you can actually feel like when it wraps against, it gives some clitoral stimulation as well. So it's not even, it's actually a nice feeling for some women. So, I mean, they should try it. It's not as scary as it looks, you know. So that's the female condom. Okay.
Okay.
So it's a very simple procedure. It's not so complicated.
All right, Dr. Raja, I just got a message here right now. People want you to practicalize how you insert it again. It wasn't very clear.
Oh, okay. Okay. I should do it again. Okay.
Yeah. So please, if the camera can get it.
Can they zoom in? Yeah. Okay. So this is the way the female condom looks like. Okay. This is the part that goes inside the vagina, the ring. So you just do it like this, and then you push it in. I don't know, can the camera see it? And you just put your finger in to push it in. So you just push it in, and then it hits the cervix. Okay, and this part covers like that.
Okay. And then you use.
And then you use the penis. You guide. The woman will guide the penis into this is not I mean, I'm just a model, but you just guide the penis into the vagina. So because as you go in, it wraps against the clitoris, so it gives you some clitoral stimulation.
So is it not possible that somehow it could rub against it and then maybe it comes off?
Oh no, it won't come off. It's the way it is. It's fixed in. It hardly comes off.
All right, so it means that the guy also has to be strongly erected.
It has to be erect before you put it in.
Okay.
Yeah.
If the erection is not strong, then it cannot.
Then it will not hold.
Okay.
Yeah. Because it's a bit slippery as well, so you have to help, like, put the penis in. You have to guide the penis inside.
Okay. So when the lady is ready with her condom, would we say, does the man also need his own condom
at the
as well?
same time? No.
Okay.
So it's either use the female condom or use the male condom. You don't use the two at the same time.
You use both at the same time.
So if the female wants to use a condom, it's just for her that period. So she wears hers alone. When the man wants to use his condom as well, he also puts his own on at a different time. So you don't wear both condoms at the same time. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And please, when you are disposing of condoms, don't flush them in the toilet. Okay, you have to put them in tissue and then throw it away, like in the bin. Don't flush it down the drain because it tends to choke and causes problems later on.
Oh, okay. Well, some people can also burn it because some people may not really feel comfortable
anyway,
to have their remains somewhere. Because we've read somewhere on social media where somebody was claiming a child.
Someone's sperm.
Exactly. People can be very desperate.
Anyway, yeah, it's true. That's the point.
Okay.
And then there's the male condom as well. I mean, the male condom is a bit common, so a lot of people have seen how it looks like, And when you're tying the condom, don't use your teeth to bite it. Because sometimes you make holes. A lot of people get excited when they're about to have sex with their partner. So they just, they're just violent. They just rip it off with their teeth. And then they pierce the condom because it's quite delicate. And then you have holes in them. And when you're having sex, clearly some sperm can leak out.
Some could pass through.
So make sure it's a place where you have to look at it. And that's where you used to open it. And you just take it out. So that's the male condom.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you need to lubricate it again, or because
it has its own lubrication on it? Okay. Yeah. So you're putting it in. You should hold the base, and then you just like that, and then you put it down. So use your hand to guide it.
Okay.
And then when you're taking it off, you also take a tissue. I bought tissue. I forgot.
So this information is for both the guys and the ladies.
Yes.
So if you want to guide your partner, you need to hold the base.
Yes,
if your partner wants to actually do it himself,
he can also
needs to
decide.
hold the base.
You have to hold the base first, and then he just puts you saw the way I did it, right?
Yeah.
The tip. Let me do it again. Sometimes some people don't. There should be a bit of some space here, so that the ejaculate can go in. Make sure
there
that
should be a little space.
Yes, so that the ejaculate can go in. So you're taking it off. Usually, if we had a tissue, it'd be easier to take it off. I should have brought the tissue. I forgot that one. So there's the way. So you just hold the tip, then hold the base. So you can let the woman assist you if you want to.
Yeah.
I mean,
because it makes it a little more easier.
It makes it easier. So that at least someone is holding it, and then you just bring it down. When you're taking off, just take the tissue, pull it off, and then just dispose it off.
Awesome.
So that's the correct way to wear a condom. Sometimes people wear the wrong way, and then things happen. They don't understand why the woman got pregnant.
I use protection, so how come I'm pregnant?
Yes. But it's the way they wear it, how they take it off, and even how they will handle it. Some of them just bite it off, and all those things.
So meaning that when you're taking it off, the penis should be out of the vagina.
Yes.
Out
it should have
entirely.
come out. Yes, entirely. before you take it off. Don't take it off whilst it's inside. Try and bring it out, take it off, put the tissue around it, and just pull it off.
Okay, so are there negative effects of family planning?
The hormonal ones may have some side effects because of the hormones that they contain. So those are the pills. I just bought some to just show you. This is a combined pill, but it's only progesterone based. So these are hormonal. They are pills, so they affect your menstrual cycle. So most women tend to have irregular menstrual periods. They may have some bleeding when they are not yet due to have their menses, but they have some bleeding in between. They may have nausea. Others may have weight gain as well. Okay. Some may feel dizzy. Some may actually vomit when they use it. So those are a few side effects, but just like any other drug, most drugs have side effects. Doesn't mean that everyone is going to have it. Some people can take these pills and they are fine. Others too take it and they have issues. So it depends on you, the woman. And we have plenty of options. Besides the pills, we have the depot. That's the injection, the one that they put in your arm every 3 months. You go for the injection.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have different types. We have the IUD. There's the copper one.
All right.
So I just bought the uterus to show you how we just put it in. Sorry. Put it in like this. So that's like the copper IUD. So we have different types. We have the implants as well. That lasts for about 3 to 5 years. So it depends on the method that you choose. And based on the method that you choose, then you know what side effects you're going to have. It's more of the hormonal ones that tend to cause the side effects that I mentioned.
Okay, so like the pill.
Like the pills.
But with the pill, do you need to take it every day, or is it something that you just take when you have intercourse?
You take it every day. That's if you're on it.
Okay.
Yeah. If you want to have the one that you do for the that's the emergency one. The one you're talking about. Yeah. That's this one. The levonorgestrel.
Okay.
Most people say the Posino 2 and all those, like they have a lot of brand names and all that. But this is the one, that's the emergency one. You only use it when you've had unprotected sex and you know about it, and you don't want to fall pregnant, so you take it quickly. Now you have to take it within 72 hours at least. If you take it like beyond 72 hours, it doesn't work effectively.
And it means that the earlier you take it, the better for you. The more efficient it will be for you.
So if you've had sex and you feel like it's during your unsafe period, you want to protect yourself, just take the emergency pill. But make sure you don't abuse it. A lot of women tend to...
I was coming there. Yeah,
a lot of women tend to
abuse.
Yes. It's only supposed to be used for emergency. That's called emergency contraceptive pill.
But for some people, emergencies happen every month. So for like 6 months, emergencies are happening.
Then that one, you have a problem. Because
so
ideally, it should be for just emergencies.
Okay.
If you want a more effective way, then just do the pill where you take one every day.
So when you take one every day, is it even when you're having your menses, you should take it as well?
So yes, even if your menses, you take it.
There should never be a day when you don't take it.
It's continuous. Yes, every day you take it. You take it for 30 days.
So do you need to eat before you take it, or?
Eating doesn't really, it's not like a big deal, but you can choose to eat or not. It's not really, doesn't affect the mechanism in which it works anyway. So
it's just because of maybe probably forgetting. So maybe if it's by your bedside, you know that,
you've
got water. Once you wake up in the morning, you take your pill.
What advice is that you should have a time where you always take it. That's what I'd encourage people. So let's say if you know that you're an early morning person, let's say you wake up around 6, 7. You can take your drug around 8 a.m. Have a breakfast and take it. And make sure that at 8 a.m. every day you are taking it. Don't take it at 8 a.m. today, then tomorrow at 2 p.m., the following day 3 p.m. If you do it like that, then it means you're kind of confusing the hormones and all that. So you have to choose a time and then stay with that time. So every morning 8 a.m. make sure you're taking the medication.
Wow.
Yeah. There's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Because some women like skip it or they forget it and all those things. And I always say if you know you're not good at taking pills, do the injectables.
Okay,
it's better.
It's safer.
At least every 3 months, there you go.
You just go and take the injection. And with that one, you don't really need a particular time. So, maybe on the 14th, you could go in the morning, evening, or afternoon.
It doesn't really matter the time. I like the pill that you have to be, focused and all.
All right. Dr. Rajwa, we're going to talk more about this, but let's go over to the other side and have our health tip. Do stay tuned. And you're welcome back. Just before we went over to the health tips segment, we were talking about the various forms of contraception. And she's taught us about the IUD, she taught us about the female contraceptive, and then the beads that you need to hang somewhere, and then you count. Well, we still got more questions to ask her. She told us that you could be on the pill for an entire month without breaking. Now, my question to you, doctor, is, let's say, for instance, your partner is not going to be in town for like maybe a month, and you know that. So you're not going to be having sex. Do you still need to be taking this pill?
Okay, so no. You can take a break from it once you're not sexually active.
All right, so let's say you know he's going to be spending like 1 month. If you need to have sex again when he returns, how early or how soon should I go back to my pills before we get to meet?
So it's better you start as soon as you know he's coming back. So let's say you know he's coming back maybe a week before he's coming. He's going to let you know, okay. So you start taking the pills then, during that time, just to protect yourself. So that when he comes, because you're not really, unless you are sure of you're also doing the calendar method or something, so you're using two. That is always good to combine methods. It's not good to just use one method. So you always have a backup plan.
All
so
right.
in case one fails you, because they don't even have 100% success rate anyway. So it's about 97, 95 and all that. So if you have two, then it's better for you. So you should also know when you're safe period time and when you're unsafe period time. That also helps a lot.
All right, awesome. So let's say with the pills, maybe at a point I get tired of using the pills. Is there a way I can break off from the pills and transition into a different type of contraceptive?
Okay, so you can change your method at any time. Okay, anytime. Even if you're feeling uncomfortable with any particular method, you can just walk in. If it's the implants, they can take it out for you, even though it's supposed to be there for 3 to 5 years. If it's the IUD, they can take it out for you. It's not like once it's there, it's stuck. No. These are reversible methods. So you can always go back and then change them at any time. The ones that we have that are irreversible are the vasectomies.
Okay.
And then the tubal ligations, the BTL.
The vasectomy is for the guys.
Yes, for the men, yes.
Okay.
Which the men don't like doing. Men, please start doing vasectomies,
But does it do anything particularly to their organ?
Nothing at all. It doesn't even make you less of a man like you think. No.
What about erection?
They still have their erections all right. Everything is there. It's only the semen, like the sperms are not part of the ejaculate that comes out when you have your ejaculation. That's the only thing.
Oh, nothing comes out when you ejaculate?
No, you have the seminal fluids part there, but the sperm is not inside. Like the sperms are not part of the semen. Because the semen is a lot of things. You have sperms in there, you have fluid from your prostate glands and what we call seminal vesicles, all contributing to making the semen. So just that only the sperms are taken out, but everything else is there. So you can have normal ejaculations and things. Something's going to come out when you ejaculate, all right. Just that there are no sperms in it.
To make a baby.
It's like you're shooting blanks, kind of.
Oh, shooting blanks.
Like to put it.
You mentioned another form again aside the vasectomy. Which other one
that's the bilateral tubal ligation. That's for the women.
Okay.
So basically they tie their tubes. So the fallopian tubes are cut off. So basically there's no egg that is going down. So once there's no egg, the sperm cannot meet it and fertilize and have a baby. So it just cuts off your supply of eggs basically. Because you need the tubes to bring the eggs down. So when that is not there anymore, the woman is not producing any eggs.
No babies.
Yes, so no babies can be made.
So are there other methods that we've not mentioned?
We've done IUD, we've done implants.
We've done the pills.
Then the injection, that's the Depo-Provera. It's also another injection, so that's it. And then the beads. And then the condoms, obviously. I mean the male and the female condoms.
Okay, for breastfeeding mothers, we hear that when you breastfeed, it's a form of natural contraceptive.
Oh, yeah, it's true. Should I mention that one? It's called lactational amenorrhea. So
how does that work?
Yes. So ideally, when you breastfeed, especially if it's exclusive for the first 6 months, it's like a natural family planning method. So during that period, you're not expected to have your menses during that period. That's like the first 6 months. That's if you are doing exclusive breastfeeding. Okay. If you're not breastfeeding exclusively, don't even try. Because that doesn't apply for you. So it's only for exclusively breastfeeding mothers, okay? So the first 6 months, you're kind of protected in a way. Because during that time, you're not having your menses, you're not ovulating during that period. So it protects you. But after that 6 months, I mean, you have to start protecting yourself because you can start
Anything can
having
happen.
yes, anything can happen.
Are there other traditional ways of, not getting pregnant aside having to use the methods that you've mentioned? Are there any
traditional ways? Okay, besides knowing when you're ovulating, like I said, the increased secretions or the temperature increase and all, those are the ones that usually we use. And then the calendar method. There are no other ways of knowing. Those are the only ways we know so far.
Okay.
Unless people are doing other things that they want to share. Maybe something is working out for you out there you want to share. Let us know.
Yes, we'll be all ears to hear it as well.
Yes.
Now, because, this is medication, and most of the time it's said that medication, if you take it too much, it could really be injurious to your health.
Mm-hmm.
Is it possible that contraceptives could affect your baby eventually when you decide to get pregnant? Maybe have some defects, maybe mentally or physically, or in any kind of form? Does it cause any kind of
So there's
defect?
no direct link of any form of contraception leading to any deformities or anything. No research has shown us that yet. It's quite safe. They're quite safe. Okay. Even though they have a few side effects, yes, but they are very, very safe, and they don't affect the baby in any way. It doesn't affect the woman in any way. You can be on contraception for as long as you want to. Okay. So it helps you plan your family size, and then also helps you to space the intervals of your children. Maybe you want to have a child every 2 years or every 3 years, then you know how to space them. You
actually lured me into the next question. I was going to ask, how well should we space our children?
Yeah. So the best is at least 2 years. That's like the best interval. It gives your uterus a time to rest a bit and to heal after all that it goes through, and then once you have the next baby. So I think 2 years is like the best time that we usually give, But everybody has plans and what they want to do with their lives, A lot of women are in school now, studying and all that, so they don't have time to have babies. So most of them tend to prefer to space their babies around probably 5 years intervals. I mean, that's fine. It all depends on you, the woman, and your family, where your husband is
understanding.
Yes, is understanding. Is he going to allow you to have those 5 years without having a child? Is he fine with it? How many children do you want to have? So all this, it's a family thing. You and your husband, you and your partner have to actually sit down and discuss it. It's not a decision that you make on your own.
Okay.
Yeah, so
I was going to ask, sometimes we have our in-laws or even our own parents saying, one and ten,
I know, right? Back to back.
Like, just have the babies. I need to see my grandchildren.
And
if you have the children so early, you look good, you look beautiful and grow with your children. And sometimes it's not even up to 2 years yet. And then you find some of us getting pregnant after 8 months or 1 year. What do you say about something
those
like
just
this?
increase your chances of having increases your chance of having maternal mortality, which is dying during pregnancy, or having neonatal death. Some people get pregnant but they don't have normal babies, or they lose their babies when they are born. Others too give birth too early. We have now 20-year-olds, 18-year-olds having babies, and then they end up giving birth to babies that have low birth weights. So I'd always say to everyone out there, it's not just about, don't listen to a lot of pressure from outside. You should know what you want for yourself and what you want in life. If you're not ready to have a baby, it's better you use contraception and then protect yourself so that we don't have all these unwanted and unsafe abortions and all these pregnancies out there, and then that leads to a higher mortality of the neonates and the mothers. So.
Well, we have a question from Facebook, and the question is, does family planning cause you to be infertile?
Infertile? No, it doesn't. It doesn't cause infertility. It just helps you, it prevents pregnancy at a certain point. But when you are ready to get pregnant and you go off it, you can get pregnant. Yes, it might take a while, but you get pregnant.
All right, so maybe he's actually, or he or she is actually referring to the vasectomy.
Yes, at least it's the permanent. If it's the permanent one, now you can't have babies. If you have a vasectomy or a tubal ligation, there's no way you can have babies. Yes.
Okay, but if it's the regular ones,
if it's the regular ones, the IUD, the short-term ones, that's fine. I mean, you can have babies afterwards. As soon as you stop them, you get it. But because these are reversible, but that one is irreversible. So you really need to be sure that you are done with your family, yes, before you go through those methods. So there's a lot of counseling that we do before we let the patients do it.
Okay, sometimes because of schooling, some of us do not get married so early because we want to finish with school before we get married. Yeah. Let's say a lady gets to a point, maybe around 35, and she's now about to start having her children. And maybe she wants to have 3 or 4 children. So do we still advise that she sticks to the 2-year plan of spacing, or maybe because age is catching up with her, she really wants to get it fast, so that's why she's going to
very, very tricky. Well, we know that the older you get, I mean, the higher chances of having more problems with pregnancy and even delivery. And it's even been known that you tend to have more birth defects. So you get the Down syndromes and all that coming in. So usually we don't advise women to have their children so late. But if, let's say, like you said, because of school and all that, I mean, you really had no choice and you have to have your babies late. Still do the 2 years, I mean, and just hope for the best. I mean, even if you want to have 3 kids, at least within 2 years, you can have your 3. By 40, 41, you're done. You're done. It's okay.
Okay. So, would we say that family planning is meant for only married people? Times are changing and...
I won't just say it's meant for married people because people are not married and they're having sex. Okay. Young people are having sex. Students are having sex. Everybody's having sex. Okay. The best would have been, yes, it was just for married people, but now everybody is having sex.
So we cannot pretend it's not happening.
Yes, we can't pretend it's not happening. And we can't be preaching abstinence because we all know that clearly people are not abstaining. So they need to protect themselves. And luckily, things like the condom actually prevent you from having STIs as well. And that's the sexual transmitted infections. Okay. So at least it gives you a dual protection of that. So you are preventing an unwanted pregnancy, and you're also preventing yourself from picking up an STI as well. So I'd advise all the folks out there who are not married and are having sex to use the condoms.
Okay.
Yes.
So even as parents, we also need to be able to advise our children.
Yes, to use the condoms.
Of age, maybe 18
you can buy it for them, and give it to them. Condoms are very affordable. They are not too expensive. You can get a whole box, for a very good price. So just protect yourself.
Okay. Now we know it's not just for married
and stop
people.
Abusing the emergency pills, please. A lot of young ladies out there abusing it. I mean, there was this viral video that came out recently, and the girls were just talking about using it. And I was like, oh God,
where are we heading to?
Where are we heading to? It just sounded so scary,
Okay, so is there any kind of family planning method that is safe for people who are diabetic, or do they use the same as every other person?
As everybody. The diabetics, some of the things have been shown to increase their blood sugar. So usually we use the combined one for them. That's a bit safer. It's better for them. So that's the one. This is the combination one, not the plain, not the progestin only. So use the combined. But besides that, they can use all the other ones. They can use the condom, they can use the implants, they can use the injectable. It's okay. Just that we prefer the combined for them.
Okay. Awesome. But let's take, for instance, you want to have a baby. It means you have to stop whatever it is that you're using as contraceptive.
Yes, if you're ready to have a baby, you stop the contraception.
So how long would it take for you to get pregnant again?
It depends. Some people are able to. When they stop, someone can stop today and get pregnant like in a week's time. We're all different. Some people are very, can I say lucky, or they're very fertile, I don't know, but they can actually stop. I know someone can actually skip her pills and then actually just fall pregnant just by skipping it. So we're all different. Some of them it can take like an immediate, like a week to get pregnant. Others also take like months before they get pregnant. Others even take years before they get pregnant.
But
so
at any rate, there should not be any kind of worry.
No, it will
once
come.
You go to the doctor and they check and everything is fine. You just need to relax.
You just need some time because of the hormonal changes and all that. So your body needs to adjust a bit. So that's why you have that difficulty getting a baby immediately for some people. It just takes a while.
Okay. So does contraceptive have anything to do with fibroids? For instance, sometimes we hear that if you don't have children early, or if there's no baby around the womb after some time, you're likely to develop fibroid. So here's a case where we are on contraceptive and we're not having children for like 2-3 years or even more. Is it possible to develop a fibroid during this stage?
Based on that, not through the fact that it's a contraception, no. I mean, generally, once you're black and you're a woman, you have a higher chance of developing a uterine fibroid. Okay, but it doesn't mean because you are using a particular contraceptive method that's why you develop that fibroid. No.
Okay.
Yes.
And on that note, we'll go for a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. And you're welcome back. Angela Bassett has said it all. Live the best of your life. And let me remind you that Tanto Amor, a telenovela showing on ETV at 8 p.m. every weekday that highlights domestic violence in marriage, is on. So you need to make a date with us every weekday at 8 p.m. to be able to watch Tanto Amor. Now, my clothing was supplied by Buterax. To locate Buterax, they're just at the railway line towards Nyaho Clinic. If you need something very quickly, just pass through Buterax clothing, and I'm very sure you'll be able to find something that will look so good on you. Red carpets, oh, she's going to make you look flawless. So try Buterax clothing. It's just around Jowulu, heading towards Nyaho Clinic around the railway line. And I want to assure you that you're really going to have a great time. Just let her know that you heard about her on the African Women's Voices show on ETV. We are going to be opening our phone lines for you to call in and tell us what it is you have in mind around family planning. We want to be able to answer every question that you've got. So let the questions begin to drop right now. Okay, so the number is 0555 65 7278. 0555 65 7278. That's the number. So I'd like to hear from you, our callers. So back to you, Doctor. What do you think about family planning and sexual desires? Do you think it has an effect on our sexual desires? Maybe because you're now on the IUD or the pills, does it reduce your libido?
The libido? Oh, no. Not that I know of. No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
Oh, okay. Both for the ladies and for the guys.
If anything, you can even find some of the condoms have all these interesting things that can even spice up the sex life. Some come with some lights and all those. So
it will just spark up the moment.
Yes, it sparks up the moment. It's like they glow in the dark, and all these features that are coming up. So I mean, I don't think it reduces the libido in any way.
Okay. So does it lead to early menopause? Family planning.
If you do the permanent method in the woman, the tubal ligation, like when you tie your tubes, you don't bleed anymore. So, I mean, if you want to attempt that early menopause, fine, because menopause is cessation of your menstrual flow. So, yes, it does. It does. Because you stop, once you cut off you tie your tubes, automatically you don't have your menses anymore.
Okay, so menopause also comes with its own,
its own issues.
So a lot of times females do not want to get close to menopause because of the hot flashes and all of that. So it means that if you get the menopause early, you're most likely to experience all of that.
So we'll put you on some hormonal therapy just to help with the hot flashes and all that, so that you don't feel that discomfort and,
Oh, nice.
the things that come with it.
That's encouraging.
It is.
All right, so we have a question here from WhatsApp. It's saying, what family methods are safe for men?
The men, so the male condoms and then the vasectomy.
Okay, I hear we have a caller.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm fine, thank you.
So what's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Vida. I'm calling from Fulani Ashie.
Wow, Vida from Fulani Ashie. How is it going there?
Oh, we are all fine. We are doing well.
Nice. Okay, so we'll take your question now.
Okay. Please, if I have my menses on 29th January, when is 19th February? Is it my free period?
Is 19th February your free period?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
You had the mess on the 29th.
Of
so
January.
29 plus 10 will be how much? I have to open a calendar
30.
and look. 39.
Okay.
Hold on.
Thank you.
Let me get my phone and look at my calendar because I have to be sure I'm getting the right thing.
Bye-bye.
So we had it on the 29th of January. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So between 8th and 12th, you should be ovulating during that time.
Okay.
So 9. You said what days is your safe? What does
She's
she want to
asking
know?
if 19th is
Yeah,
going to be her
that'll be
safe.
safe. Yeah, that's your safe period.
Okay, thank you.
So you're safe. You can download an app on your phone as well to help you.
Okay.
So there's an app for it, okay? Just go online and download it and it will help you. Or you could also get the beats.
Or they can get you can get the beats as well.
All right. Thank you very much, Vida. Thank you so much for calling. And say hi to everyone in Ashie Fulani. Okay. So he was asking earlier on Facebook, they were asking if there's a particular method for the men. And you mentioned that it's the vasectomy.
The vasectomy or the male condoms.
Or the male condoms. Yeah. Okay. So it's so easy. It's so easy for them.
Very, very easy for them. Only two.
And
we have
all
I
of
know,
these.
right? I know. That's what the men need to encourage the women sometimes. Because the women are the ones who suffer more than they do.
Yes, we have to be alone. Okay. All right, we have another caller. Hello.
Hello.
What's your name and where are you calling from?
Please, I'm Abigail calling from Dansuman.
Okay, Abigail, your question, please.
Yeah, please. I want to know the side effects for the family planning. Does it have any side effects?
Okay. All right, so please hold on. Doctor will take your question soon.
Okay.
Any side effects?
So you may have irregular bleeding, you may have weight gain, nausea, vomiting, dizziness, and then some cramping or abdominal pain, like once in a while. Those are like the common ones that we see on a regular basis. But other than that, a lot of people are honest and they're okay. They don't even have any side effects at all. So it depends on the woman.
All right. I hope your question has been answered.
Yes, please. Thank you.
And do say hello to everyone in Dansuman, okay?
Okay.
Oh, Dr. Irajua, I really would love for us to continue the show, but it's 5 p.m. already.
Hey, sure, already.
We've got to wrap up.
Oh, no, we'll do a part 2.
Definitely, and I know you're going to be here as soon as we call you.
I will.
Thank you so much for passing through. We appreciate your presence. All right, so this is the much we could take with the time available to us, but we want to say stay tuned to ETV because we've got an interesting lineup for you. Bye-bye.